Steve Laffey here. I want to talk to you about 4 things that are totally connected and nobody makes the connection. The Surgeon General today just said that alcohol is the 3rd largest cause of cancer in the United States of America. That's after number 1, obesity, 40% of our healthcare costs, obesity, and tobacco. And it also says, he says, that 51% of the people have no idea that alcohol is either bad for you, causes cancer. So much of this is a bald-faced lie. If you're alive and you're over 20, you would know that alcohol is terrible for you. You would know that tobacco is terrible for you, and you would know that being obese is terrible for you. Those 3 things together, if you don't do any of them, means that you're much less likely to have colon cancer, 7 different types of cancer, the whole thing. Breast cancer is 16% directly caused by alcohol. Everybody knows this. The problem in Washington, the problem with the American people is they don't want to know this. I've known it since I was a kid. I've never had a drink. I've never used marijuana. Oh, and the second related thing is that not only is marijuana has the most terrible parents in the world, have made marijuana legal just about everywhere. Doesn't matter what the statistics are after that comes out. I live in Colorado. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many more people die. Doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter how many people jump out of buildings. Doesn't matter how many people die. The statistics come back that more people want it. So that's parents. And there's a giant article that just came out, which is not unusual at all, that what happens, what do kids do, generally speaking, when their parents or the law says it's totally legal? They start using it at a younger age. And what do they do with it? Like young people at colleges that I witnessed are sucking down too many brews, taking too much stuff at once, getting really sick, some people dying, right? Or people getting in real trouble. Same thing happens with pot. Not only is it like 12 times plus or 25 times plus more powerful than stuff used in the 70s, people are now taking it and making it more concentrated and then taking it and being so hooked on it, destroying their brains, especially young people that parents in this country seem not to care about at all. Why do we think I say this? I look at most every one of these states keeps approving legalizing marijuana. And we know it's really bad for you. So you get those 4 things. Then you take what parents are actually doing today, right? What are they doing? They get parents getting on TikTok, getting their knowledge of how to be a parent from TikTok, from people talking about things like gentle parenting. Being a gentle parent. It's bizarre. The whole thing is bizarre. Add in the 4th thing that's happened that I've talked about for many, many years. Public schools. Parents continue to say to themselves, my kid goes to a good public school where they're not vaping, not doing drugs. Teachers are all teaching just the stuff they're supposed to teach, reading, writing, arithmetic, not the wacko left-wing stuff, right? Unions don't control what they say, not in my school, but just every other school stinks. But my school's okay. None of that's true. Almost all the schools stink. Parents, for the most part, keep sending their kids there, especially when in states that have no parental choice, have no ability to get their kids out. I just thought of yesterday, when I was mayor, there was so little school choice in Cranston, Rhode Island, that I was approached by a man and a lady, without giving out their names. They were getting married, both had second marriages. They were going to live in Western Cranston, where Cranston West High School was. And the daughter had spent 11 years in the public schools in Eastern Cranston, was at Cranston East, my alma mater. And they wanted to let her stay 1 more year. The school choice is so lacking in where I'm from that they couldn't do it. I had to make a special mission over to the school committee, the head of the school, and we got it changed, and the person was very happy. And that girl now, who spent her last year at Cranston East, is 33 years old and have 3 kids, which I just learned about, which I'm so happy about. But my point is just this. These 4 things together have destroyed young people's lives. It's not about the inability to find a job. It's because young kids are doing too much alcohol, learning nothing from their parents, having lousy public schools, can't make change, stuck especially in inner cities where they can't get ahead, and doing pot that leads, ask any doctor. My buddy I made one of my best friends, made the movie with. He's like, obviously alcohol leads to marijuana, and marijuana is a gateway drug to other harder drugs. I saw it in the 70s when I was a kid. I watched people around me start with alcohol, do some pot, hash, like smoking hash pipes. People who never got a chance to go to college in a sense because they destroyed themselves. Many of these people recover, and work hard and so forth. But how many lives have to be destroyed like right now? Like, why don't people get up? It shouldn't take a law when people all over the world are seeing this article today to say, I better stop drinking. I better not have any alcohol in the house. I better not let my kids see me drinking, et cetera, rather than, we give our kid, because they do it in France, we give our kid alcohol at the age of 12 so they'll be fine. They're not fine. Read the article. Alcohol can't be absorbed. It's terrible for you. There is nothing good I ever saw growing up happening around people doing alcohol. Not one thing, not one better grade. One of my other great learned friends said to me, and I feel the same way, with my kids. Listen, he said to him, he's like, I'll help you out with anything, but if any of you get hooked on drugs, don't call me. I'm not coming. And that's the same way I feel about my kids. I've taught them what to do, how to act, what not to do. And if they make these terrible decisions, I'm not helping out. I can't help out. Like, I can't spend my time on it when you're that stupid. That's not gentle parenting, though, is it? But it's explaining to kids exactly what's going to happen, what the ramifications are. These four things together are a complete cycle of death for young people. And it's parents. It's parents who are the worst generation of all time today. The people who are 50 and 60 and 45 have either no idea or don't care about their kids and don't care enough about having them. The whole thing is a reversal of what propelled America forward. It is now the cycle of death for America. And I don't even know, except for one thing. If people started getting their butts into church, things would radically change. And they refuse to do that too, because they want to put 2 tattoos all over their forehead. It's absolutely insane in America. And I don't know where to turn to find the answers other than to tell you, we as parents have to unite together to make sure this doesn't happen. And yet, I find almost no one to unite with today. It's the saddest thing I see at the age of 62.